Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Ethan Kaplan, the Chief Digital Officer at Fender. Thank you for joining us, Ethan.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
People know of Fender, obviously, for your famed musical instruments, guitars in particular. And tell us what Fender Digital is all about.
Yeah, when I started here 3 years ago, obviously this is a 70-year-old company, and I came in with a new CEO who was really looking at the data in front of us about how people played guitar and how people learned it. And what we realized is most people will quit it within 3 months. So we started Fender Digital with the aim of making products that keep people playing guitars past that 3-month mark, that really teach people how to play guitar, that help people play the guitar by helping them tune it, and even by giving them the ability to get the right sounds out of the guitar they have with an application to control our amplifier. Most of the work that we've done in the last 3 years has been around Fender Play. It's an online video-based instruction system that works on any type of phone as well as the computer. And we launched it about 2 years ago, and we've been really excited about it ever since.
And you're out with some new updates to Fender Play. Give us an overview of what's new.
Yeah, what we realized when we launched Fender Play is that most people actually followed the path of learning that we put in front of them. The way that Fender Play works is you have 5 genres, 3 different instruments, guitar, ukulele, and bass. And there's prescribed pathways to getting from just picking the guitar up to actually playing it. When we realized most people were following that path, we really pivoted the product to be way more literal about how we present the path. So when you first load up Fender Play, it shows you exactly what you've learned, where you left off. If there's some lessons that you didn't focus on, lets you jump right back to them. But we ended up really plotting out that path towards getting to a proficiency on the instrument.
And are most people using this on a phone, a tablet, a computer?
It's about 50-50 people using it on the web and using it on mobile. What we're finding is that when people are sitting to practice, it's often easier to use it on a computer, but just as many people are putting it on their phones, putting the phone on their lap or putting it on a stand and using it that way. The nice thing is that it doesn't matter where you start your subscription or what apps you use. You can use exactly the same way on all of these different platforms. And one of the things that we focused on with this release of the product is the web, the mobile, the tablet, Android, iPhone, they all function exactly the same. But we take advantage of what each of the platforms can do. So for instance, on an iPhone device, you can AirPlay it up to your Apple TV. And on an Android device, you could Chromecast it to your TV. And we're finding people do that a lot, especially as they practice.
Gives them a better view of the techniques, I suppose. Tell us what people can expect from this. Are they really going to be able to learn an instrument the way they would with an in-person instructor?
Yeah, learning how to play guitar is actually a very interesting thing. There's not a lot of analogs to it in other kind of lifestyle things like learning languages. It's a very tactical motor function based thing as well as it is a listening thing. And so you're trying to listen as well as move your hands independently, both of them at the same time. So a lot of what we do in Fender Play that's different than a lot of guitar instruction and even in-person instruction is we focus on the motor skills as well as the skills of understanding how music works and how you create music. And acknowledge that it's actually very difficult. We put a lot of attention into switching chords, into strumming in time, which seem kind of rudimentary when you get going. But when we introduce you how to play your first riff, which is usually within maybe the first 30 minutes of sitting down with the product, everything clicks into place. So for us, it's, instead of driving to a lesson and then you have to get your gear out and then figure out what you want to learn and write it out, you can start it wherever you are. Take 30 minutes, learn how to play, put it back. And we're finding a lot of people do it way more regularly than once a week, which is typically what guitar lessons are, up to like 4 times a week on average. So as we are seeing how the product works, it's more accessible and it's kind of a guitar lesson wherever you happen to be.
I would guess that learning to play the guitar is on an awful lot of bucket lists out there. I don't know what the percentages are. It's probably near the top of for a lot of people.
Yeah, we're finding that guitar appeals to people at all ages, all genders, all walks of life, all genres. There's people in Fender Play that are picking it up because they have more time. Maybe their kids have graduated and they have now some free time. But there's just as many college students, high school students picking it up because they really want to learn. And we have a really kind of unique thing with this product, which is a Facebook community that a huge amount of people participating now. And at the end of every week, we're seeing people upload kind of their homework of them playing in front of a camera. And it's every type of person imaginable. But it is a thing that is very aspirational for people. And it's not all about being a rock star on stage. A lot of people just want to create, want to be able to play music, write music, sing to what they do, play for family and friends. And so the way that we've made the product and the way that the community's kind of formed, it's very accessible. And it gets you onto the path of playing music, sounding like music really quickly, which gives you those quick wins and keeps you motivated toward progressing with the instrument.
Well, step us through a little bit about how a typical person might use this and how quickly they're going to get to maybe some of the songs that they picked up the guitar for in the first place.
Yeah, so if you're starting fresh, we make these packs. We have one for acoustic and one for electric. That is a guitar and amplifier, strings, picks, and kind of the accessories you need. Those come with a 3-month subscription to Fender Play, and everybody else can get Fender Play and try it for free for 14 days before signing up. We will start right as if you've never held a guitar before. So the actual experience of Fender Play starts before you've even unboxed the guitar. We teach you how to hold it, where to position your fingers, exercises you can do with your hands to get you more versatile on the instrument. But we get you toward playing something recognizable as a piece of music, like the riff for Rolling Stone's Satisfaction. We'll get you there within 26 minutes if you sit and actually watch the lessons all the way through. We have over 700 songs in the product. We work with all the music industry side of things to make sure we have the right kind of content. And if you could think of a song in any genre and any style, we'll teach you how to play it. We have a lot of different types of stuff, not just like the Rolling Stones, but a lot of contemporary and pop music as well, because we're also finding that people want to learn how to play what they hear on radio and what they hear see on YouTube. And so we're paying attention a lot to playing habits just as much as how to teach people to play. But from the moment you first hold a guitar toward your first song, we walk you through the steps necessary, and we'll take you even into different places too, including soloing techniques and the more advanced stuff if you get there. But people are really following that linear path and going through each lesson step by step.
What are some of the key advantages you feel you have over the competition, some of the other online guitar courses?
Yeah, so we paid a lot of attention to consistency and quality when we started shooting these. We got advice, and we have a really good relationship with a ton of guitar instructors. We have 40, I believe, actually working within the product as well as on camera, and a lot of subject matter experts obviously within here. One of the things we paid attention to versus free options, like say going onto YouTube and trying to find content, is it's hard to develop a curriculum for yourself. And if you do find a way to like assemble multiple videos together to something like a lesson plan, they always look different, and it's always single camera shots. So it's kind of hard to tell finger positioning and everything like that. We paid a lot of attention to how to teach over video. We have 2 studios that run in Los Angeles. They have 8 cameras per studio, and we do crane shot over the shoulder, so you actually see the guitar as if you were playing it. We paid a lot of attention to the consistency to make sure that video quality, seeing the fingers, things like that, were not things that were going to get in the way of learning. And besides that, we paid a lot of attention to that curriculum. Really, how to go from never held a guitar to proficiency is not an easy process. And it's really hard to figure out if you're trying to do it on your own. So we paid a lot of attention to that. So for us, our differentiator is acknowledging that this instrument is difficult. It's what we call a motor skill as much as it is a listening skill, but that can't be taught through mimicry. It can't be taught through copying finger positions or moving fingers into place. And it's also not the same as playing a video game or following a bouncing ball. It really is something that takes thinking with two hands and your ears and following it with your eyes and getting used to that. So we really drill that in as part of the process.
How much does it cost?
Fender Play is, as I said, it's free for 14 days, and it's either $9.99 a month or $89 a year. If you buy the yearly membership, we also give you 10% off on Fender.com and participating retailers. So you actually can, commit to learning for a year, but also get strings, picks, another guitar if you want to, and get 10% off any of that. So, we really try to reward the commitment toward the learning piece of it through the other piece of what Fender does really well, which is we make really good equipment, guitars, basses, amplifiers, etc.
Absolutely. For more info, folks can go to fender.com/play. Ethan Kaplan, thanks for taking the time with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Now this. Innovation. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, and I've been covering consumer technology for a long time, and it takes a lot to impress me. That's why I'm excited to tell you about the latest way to enjoy cooking in the great outdoors from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. What if you could harness the sun to cook your meals anywhere you go, day or night? The GoSun Fusion arrives this summer using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage, and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co and use the code TEXTINATION to save 10%. That's gosun.co.